I don't talk about my private life often, but when they come from my family's choices, I speak up. If contraceptives were suddenly burned, banned, and removed from major stores, especially under a fundamentalist framework that's explicitly tied to a racist, sexist, and authoritarian ideology, the ripple effects for the average American and for the world would be immediate, generational, and devastating. Here's a breakdown.
Yeah, go get it. If I want it, then I go get it. Yeah, no limit. If I want it, then I go get it. Yeah, go get it. If I want it, then I go get it. Look.
Hey, Supah Citizen, it's Uncle Palm J. What I have to share with you today is something that carries heavy implications and will have some serious consequences and repercussions once it's fully enacted and carried out by the Trump administration. So brace yourself. Imagine being married in America, in love, committed, faithful, but still having to ask yourself, can we afford another child? Now imagine politicians trying to take away your right to even make that decision. That's where we are. The Trump administration and far-right allies are talking about burning access to contraceptives. Not figuratively, literally banning birth control. Let's talk about how this affects real people like me and maybe like you. There's buzz in conservative circles. Influential think tanks and right-wing legal groups are laying the groundwork to redefine certain contraceptives as forms of abortion. Trump's judicial appointments have already opened the door, and now they want to walk through it. During his first term, the Trump administration rolled back the Affordable Care Act's contraceptive mandate. They let employers deny coverage for birth control based on moral objections. Now they're going even further. There's talk of pushing federal laws and even encouraging states to criminalize certain forms of contraception. Let's not act surprised. This has always been the long game. Let me take you inside my home for a second. I'm married, I love my wife, I love our children, but raising kids in America right now, it's a struggle. Rent is up, groceries are up, healthcare, don't even get me started. And we're also raising a child with special needs, which adds love, but also a different kind of cost. That's why, yes, even as a married couple, we choose to use contraception, not because we're irresponsible, not because we don't love kids, but because we're trying to be responsible for the ones we already have. This is about survival, and no politician has the right to interfere in that. If you think banning contraception is just about controlling women, think again. This affects working class couples, single moms, Black and brown communities, survivors of abuse, families like mine. We're talking about tools that help us plan, breathe, and live on our own terms. Taking away birth control isn't pro-life. It's pro-control, and it's part of a bigger agenda to limit our freedom, our dignity, and our options. I don't talk about my private life often, but when they come from my family's choices, I speak up. If contraceptives were suddenly burned, banned, and removed from major stores, especially under a fundamentalist framework that's explicitly tied to a racist, sexist, and authoritarian ideology, the ripple effects for the average American and for the world would be immediate, generational, and devastating. Here's a breakdown. 1, for the everyday average American dene. This isn't just about birth control pills, it's about stripping away control over your life. Economic fallout. Cost of living crisis amplified. Families already stretched thin would face unplanned pregnancies, which can cost hundreds of thousands to raise over 18 years. Workforce strain. More parents forced, especially women, out of the workforce, reducing household incomes and increasing poverty rates. Healthcare strain. More high-risk pregnancies, more births with complications, and more uninsured patients would flood hospitals already short on staff. Social impact. Loss of autonomy. People would be forced into life-changing decisions they didn't choose. Widening inequality. Wealthy people could still secretly obtain contraception, but low-income, rural, and marginalized communities would be hit hardest. Teen pregnancy spike. Without access to contraceptives or proper sex education, teen birth rates would rise sharply. 1. On a global scale. America's decisions tend to have global influence, especially on reproductive rights. International fallout, funding ripple. U.S. foreign aid tied to reproductive health, like USAID programs, could be gutted or restructured to push Christian fundamentalist ideology abroad. Policy export. Other countries with religious nationalist leanings could mimic the policy, triggering a rollback of reproductive rights worldwide. Population pressures. Uncontrolled population growth in regions already struggling with climate change, famine, and economic instability would deepen crises. Global women's rights. This would embolden global misogynist movements and undermine decades of progress in gender equality, especially in education and workforce participation. Number 1, the theocratic power play. Framing this as God's will isn't about faith, it's about control. Racist. Historically, these policies have been tied to demographic control, promoting white birth rates while limiting reproductive autonomy for Black, brown, and indigenous women in other ways. Sexist. Positions women as vessels for reproduction rather than as individuals with agency. Diabolical. Uses moral language to mask economic exploitation and authoritarian social control. This isn't morality. It's state-mandated breeding for certain demographics while others face surveillance and punishment for resisting. 1. What it means for the future. If successful, this wouldn't just be about birth control. It would signal a green light for banning abortion nationwide, a rollback of LGBTQ+ rights, marriage, adoption, healthcare access, an erosion of privacy as the state monitors reproductive health. In short, it's a blueprint for authoritarianism disguised as faith-based values. This isn't about party lines, it's about personal freedom. So if you're married like me, or a single parent trying to stay afloat, or just someone who believes in bodily autonomy, then this fight is your fight too. Tell your story, call your representatives, don't sit this one out. Freedom is on the ballot. And as for me, I'll keep showing up, not just to survive this system, but to defy it. If you are still here at the end, I take it you find my content valuable enough. And if that is the case, consider subscribing, sharing, liking, and commenting down below. Share your thoughts with us. What do you think about this situation? Help me reach 50 subscribers by the end of the month. I would like to start going live to bring you along with me everywhere I go with my camera. My ears and eyes are glued to these political, social, economic, and spiritual streets. I want to bring you all the latest heartbeat of the situation near and far. I want you to see what I see and hopefully feel what I am feeling while I'm out and about. Thanks for watching. Click the next video and learn about top 13 Trump disasters.
Go get it. If I want it, then I go get it. Yeah, no limit. If I want it, then I go get it.